G'day, I'm Rob Paxavanis. Now I know this is called Fishing Australia, but there's a very big reason for me going to Florida. They have some of the biggest estuary fish in the world, the giant saltwater tarpon. I've been dreaming about these fish since I was a little kid, and a few decades into planning, I'm finally going there, and this is going to be the sports fishing trip of a lifetime. Woohoo! I am a very long way from home. This is Florida's Gulf region, where you can find some of the best sports fishing in the world. I'm here with a team of Aussies on the hunt for the so-called Silver King. My base is Boca Grande, an iconic Florida hamlet where anglers from around the world gather for the legendary giant tarpon. This fish can grow over 2 metres long and is a fierce fighter. So far on this mission, we had managed to catch a couple of very large specimens, but a 100-pound plus monster remained elusive. For the moment though, it's not just about giant tarpon here at Boca Grande. There's a number of other good trophy species to target, and Captain Chris Slattery is one of the local guides ready to help me out. Chris, we've driven straight past where all the big tarpon are.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's right next to where I picked you up.
But it's not just about tarpon, there's other cool fish here, right?
Yeah, I know. Today we're gonna drive around a little bit, see if we can't find a couple redfish schools.
Yep.
This time of year they like to push in here.
Okay.
And if we can't get on those, then we're gonna move to maybe catch some snook along some oyster beds.
Yeah. Both sound good to me.
Yeah.
Let's go. Whoa, and you can see them there. Look at that. How good is that?
All those redfish, boys.
Look at that.
I'm gonna hook up one here too.
Yeah, go the double. And they look like good size. That's what we're looking for. Yes. Oh, we're all hooked up here now. You got to get one there, surely. I got one on. He's just staying with the school. They look like
nice
size
tip up
redfish.
nice and high. That way you keep them from going in the grass.
Right, okay. Here he comes now. Oh, what a beautiful fish. Look at him there. Look at him there. I'm going to jump down there and grab him. All right. Give him here, mate. Come round here, mate. Here we go. Look at that. You want to hold that rod?
Yep, I will.
My first redfish in Florida. On the flats, the only way to do it, isn't it?
Very good.
Such
Very
good fun. He got to be 10 pound, doesn't he?
He's probably a 10 pounder. 30,
Yeah.
30 plus inches. It's a good fish.
Yeah, and they're very thick, very solid fish. Look at that. There's a lure he's got. That's my atomic prong, one of my favourite lures. Some of my favourite lures back home, mate.
Well, it worked over here for sure.
Yeah, it's got like 100 species so far. Looks like the prawn, and I'm sure they eat prawn type things here. Whoa, there you go, buddy. We'll get you back soon. That is just fantastic fun. They've got that distinctive spot on the tail, haven't they, mate?
Yeah, they've got that spot. See, it's for predators.
Yeah.
So if a predator looks at that fish, they think that's the eye.
Yeah.
So they're chasing the tail instead of the head.
And every spot's different, isn't it?
Every spot's different. Some fish have multiple spots.
Yeah, okay.
Some fish have one, some fish have none.
All right. We'll get this guy back in the water, let him go. He can swim another day. This is great fun, Captain Chris.
Yeah, I'm glad we got on him.
Yeah, well, we might find some more yet. This is really good fun. It's great. Yeah. Take the grips out. Give him, it's such a solid, he's ready to go already. Such a solid fish. There you go, mate. There he goes. How exciting is this? Redfish moving through, you can see their tails, the colour in them. I'm just going to lead them over there, best way I can. Yeah, this goes. Oh, bite on. That is fantastic. When you can do that, you know, we're in 2 foot of water here. Geez, I got mine here right now. He's not quite as big as the last one, but still a beautiful fish. All right, he's ready to grab there, mate. Pass him here, buddy.
Yep.
Wonderful. Jump up here, mate. Oh, you can grab that. And you can see, we're talking about that first one. Look how the tail's different. See? 4 spots on there. It's like their fingerprint. So we can't get busted showing the
No.
three different photos of the one
Look
fish
at that
because
one. Got 4 spots on them.
yeah, they're loving that lure. Now that's called the atomic prong, which imitates a prawn, but you call it something different here.
Yeah, no, that's it looks a lot like a shrimp.
Quality table fish.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
We are closed.
Yeah,
until
closed. Yep.
May of 2019.
Yeah, it's cool. We'll let him go.
But it's a decent fish to eat.
Yeah.
I'd like to let them all go.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more and more come back.
Yeah, why not? All right. He likes the sound of that too. And we'll get that hook and we'll pop him back. That is brilliant fun. The redfish had made a run for it and settled onto the distant flats, just out of reach. So my guy Chris came up with another plan to chase snook, a fish I'd never caught before. That's next on Fishing Australia. I'm in Boca Grande on Florida's west coast, chasing the revered giant tarpon, a fish that grows to over 2 metres in length. With me once again is my guru guide, Captain Chuck Jenks, and we're heading out for one last session to see if I can finally hook a mega tarpon. 5 minutes, 5 minutes. It ain't always this easy, but she's good fun when it is. That spool's getting low. We're gonna chase down this big puppy. This fish could be anywhere between 50 and 200 pound plus. And Chuck said to me earlier, you got more chance of catching a bigger one than a smaller one. It's just the way it is here at Boca Grande. And I tell you what, you know, I'm almost 50 years old. I've been fishing since I was 2. And this is one of the highlights of my fishing career so far. I've been dreaming about these big silverfish since I could walk. And it's not letting me down so far. It is absolutely epic.
It's going to be your biggest one of the trip so far.
This will be the biggest one of the trip so far. Chuck, I'm keen to grab this one for myself.
Okay.
And I'll pass you the rod at some point. Anything I should know about?
Yeah, there's a few things you want to be aware of, Rob. This fish still has a lot of power, even though we fought him for 20 minutes and we're getting him close to the boat and he's tired. When you grab him, you want to grab him by the lower jaw and just be aware that he can still jump. So if you have a hold of him and he jumps, just push him away from you. If you just have the leader in your hand and you don't have control of the actual fish and he jumps, just let everything go and just step back. Because if he hits you, if his head hits your head, he's going to win that battle. You're going to the hospital and your trip's going to be ruined.
Okay.
These things are solid muscle, and they still, even after being fought to the edge of exhaustion here, he still has a lot of life in him.
All
So
right.
if you want to pass me that rod,
Yep.
I'll try to bring the fish right to you. Put it real backwards here.
All right. Can you normally kneel down for this?
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought he got off then. Off. Oh, I thought he got off that line. He just turned for a second. Wow. Well, we were ready to grab the leader, but he's got other ideas, and we've got the master here who's fought countless thousands of tarpon, and he's giving you some, Chuck.
Yeah, he took a little gulp of air, and that gives him a little boost of energy. Pull him right to you. Just head up.
Yep.
Back. Slide your hand down there, grab his jaw. There you go. You got both hands. All right, I'll get the hook out for you, Rob.
There's that gamakatsu right in the corner of the mouth. You grab that, mate.
Yeah, let me see if I can get that out.
What a hook.
Look at that, just grab a little piece of skin right out, just like that. Perfect.
This is a 2-hand fish. 6 foot long, 150 pound, prehistoric beast of Florida, the giant tarpon. You just turn right a bit there for me, Chuck. I'll give him a little bit of air. Hopefully he doesn't jump on me because I quite...
Yes, you did great for grabbing your first one, Rob.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
And
I can let him go.
When he's ready.
I let him go. Keep going. I don't want him jumping in the boat. Mate, that has got to be one of the highlights of my fishing career. Chuck Jenks. from Boca Grande, the head guide on this trip. Yeah! Look at it. Look at it.
You've only been fishing a half hour.
Speak for yourself. Oh, unbelievable. All right. Boca Grande had lived up to its reputation as the giant tarpon capital of the world. And the memories of this place and this extraordinary adventure will remain with me forever. Life jackets are an essential part of my kit, and a major part of that is care and service. I check it before I head out every time to make sure all the parts are in good shape. No visible signs of wear and tear. Ensure the CO2 cylinder is screwed in firmly, hand tight. Same with the auto cartridge, hand tight. And the pull cord, clear and ready to go. It takes no time at all to be safe and prepared for anything that may happen out on the water. I'm in Tasmania's southwest wilderness on a mission to find the trout of mythical proportions that populate this part of the state. Tasmania is known the world over as one of the very best trout fishing environments. And while I've had the privilege of fishing around here many times over the years, the massive specimens that I've heard about have eluded me so far. This adventure had landed me in the Derwent Valley Shire, about an hour's drive west of Hobart. It's here that I've met up with an old friend, Dave Dick, a trout fisherman who comes from a long line of fly anglers. The Derwent Valley is home to the Taina River, and while we're yet to land a monster, the trout we have caught so far have been pretty impressive. Oh, I've got him! Oh, big fish! Big fish! Big fish! Woo! Oh yeah! Holy dooly!
There we go.
Holy dooly!
That's what we're here for, mate.
Just like that. There are parts of the Taina where you can find up to 150 trout along a 100-metre stretch. And while there are never any guarantees in fishing, the chances of landing a decent-sized trout in this river are very good. Rather than conventional fly fishing, the technique we're using here is called check nymphing, where the flies are heavy and sink down deep right to where the fish are. Here he is, here he is, here he is. Got him. You really just often the fish are just 10 feet in front of you.
Yeah, right there in front of you. Yep. You can't quite often see them with the camouflage, so you have to just assume there's something there and fish it hard.
And with this glare, we can't see the fish at the moment, but we're just inching our way forward a step at a time. We spotted some fish from the bank earlier laying along this run, and you just got to assume they're there and fish it and really work that area in front of you, maybe 10, 15 casts, and then make a step, you know, roughly, and then go again. And just basically getting those nymphs straight past their face. What a beautiful technique, and a lot of fun on the 11-foot rod, Dave.
Oh, it's nothing like a long rod, mate. Magic.
And this is a 3-weight, which is quite light for a fly rod. Normally on a river on a standard fly fishing, you'd be maybe using, you know, 4 or 5 weight. So the idea behind it is because you're using very light tippets, you don't want to break the line. So the light rod gives you a lot of shock absorber. A wild Tasmanian brown trout on the check nymph pattern technique. Maybe not yet. We've got to get him yet.
Yeah, we haven't landed him yet.
I'm claiming victory early.
Oops, he's gone.
Too early. We'll catch another one.
Gotcha. First cast. On the right hand, I'm left-handed.
There you go. So we haven't moved here in
Don't rock me.
an hour, and we've hooked 3 or 4 fish, maybe more.
Going off.
It's how good's this? Go, Dave.
Nice fish.
Yeah. The water's about 10 degrees, so
He's got some mumbo.
the fish are quite active here. Beautiful, cool water here in Tassie, pristine environment.
No, you don't.
And the trout since 1863 have just loved it.
64.
Here. 64, 1 year off.
That'll do.
I can grab him. Bring him around
Yeah.
here. You got him? Oh, I'll grab him. I don't mind.
Grab him otherwise. Look at that colour.
Yeah, all good. Look at that.
Magic fish.
Yeah, beautiful brown
There's the
trout.
golds.
Yeah. And he's taking the top fly. So we've got 2 flies on here at the moment. The one at the
taking the
bottom's called
16.
the point. The one on the top's called the dropper.
Yep.
Yeah. Beautiful stuff.
Look at the golds.
Yeah.
That's Tiana gold, that.
Experiencing this remarkable corner of southern Tasmania is definitely a must. The Derwent Valley and Russell Falls offer visitors a truly unique Tassie experience. Reaching into the Mountfield National Park, the scenery is stunning, and you'll find some of the best rainforest and alpine walks in southern Tasmania. Whether you're here to fish like us or to simply experience this amazing wilderness, there is so much to see and do, and you can find out more by going to discovertasmania.com.au. My Tassie trout adventure was coming to a close, and after several days, we'd enjoyed catching some trophy trout. The final day in Tasmania's Derwent Valley was going to be about having a few more casts back at the Tiana River, soaking up this amazing southwest wilderness. Fishing with my friend Dave, a local trout angler who knows these parts better than most, we returned to a place where we'd spotted a couple of huge fish a few days earlier. While we fished, I sent my film crew away to the southern end of Lake Pedder to capture some of the extraordinary scenery from a place called Red Knoll Lookout. From this vantage point, the Franklin Range reaches across the horizon and the majestic Scott's Peak rises up from the lake. But there was some serious trout rising out of the water back at the Tiana too. And the trout of mythical proportions was no longer a myth. Got him, Dave!
You beauty, mate.
I got him. With the film crew out of range, it was up to Dave to film all this on my little pocket camera. Just hooked the absolute trout of a lifetime. This trout was huge, and at over 25 pounds, by far the biggest trout I'd ever hooked.
That is massive! That is massive!
The fight was going to take some time, but patience and a good dose of luck would hopefully help me bring this beast home.
Please, not above.
But I had it, and this was an achievement I would never forget.
Look at that. It's got to be the biggest trout of my lifetime. Dave's guesstimated 25 pound, over the 10 kilo mark. It's got a growth on its lip there, and we've actually hooked it right in the nose with one of Dave's secret flies. And that, my friends, is the stuff of legend.
However, this Tassie thriller wasn't over yet, because as my film crew returned, Dave brought the Tiana to life with another monster even bigger than mine. I'm sort of lost for words here.
Oh, jeez. Look out, here it comes.
Look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but Dave has just hooked something the size of a tuna.
Holy cow.
He's hooked the beast.
Look at the size of it.
It hardly knows it's hooked, mate.
Yeah.
I thought the fish we'd caught earlier were big. This is just next level. Look. Lead him there, mate. Lead him there. Got him. Got him.
Unbelievable.
I've never seen you nervous, mate. Look at that. Let's going to keep the head of that fish in the water.
I couldn't believe it when he's come past us in the river. He swims past us and sits there.
So this fish has probably swum up from the Derwent. This is a big
I'd say
fish
so.
that's been eating a lot of protein. I've never seen this far fish with him a lot. I mean, you've got me onto 25 pounders, right? And this is significantly bigger again. This is a 30-pound wild brown trout, the likes of which has probably never been filmed in Tasmania.
I haven't touched him yet. There you go.
You won't see this. He's been telling me I've been catching 10-pounders. He's not even worried about it. Look at that. Oh, let's get this fish back in the water. Just let's reflect on this for a minute. 10-pound, fish of a lifetime. I've got friends that have fished all their life with me and haven't cracked the 10-pound mark. What are we doing with the fish, Dave? It's your call, your fish.
I don't know where to put him on the wall or let him go, mate. it's tough to make the decision.
I think we should let her go. You have just turned our Tasmanian trout fishing special into the next stratosphere, Mr. Brown Trout. Just give that gills going a little bit and then away she goes. It's the fish of 3 lifetimes, mate.
Oh.
We've got some stories to tell back at the National Park pub tonight, and it's on tape. Mate, from everyone at Fishing Australia, Tasmania. Beautiful scenery, epic trout fishing, and if you're lucky, a fish of a lifetime as well. Even though 5 pound is a fish of a lifetime. Come and tell me some stories about those, mate.
Right, let's go, mate.
We'll see you next time. This was the realisation of 30 years of searching for a wild trout of epic size. And we caught not 1, but 2. It was tempting to retire and go back to chasing the usual size trout. But rumour has it, there's another spot in Tasmania where they get even bigger.